The United States and Israel just sent a loud and clear message to Iran. A U.S. B-52 strategic bomber just flew over the Mediterranean escorted by Israeli F-35 and F-15 fighter jets. This wasn't just a flex. This was a joint aerial exercise designed to sharpen operational coordination between two of the most advanced air forces in the world. On this episode, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what this means for Iran, for regional security, and for the next potential conflict in the Middle East. So on March 5th, the Israeli Air Force and U.S. Air Force conducted a joint aerial exercise over the Mediterranean. The mission featured a U.S. Air Force B-52 strategic bomber escorted by Israeli F-35 and F-15 fighter jets. And during the flight, both forces practiced operational coordination, refining their ability to respond to various regional threats. This wasn't a random patrol. This was an intentional display of strength, the kind of exercise that doesn't just test capabilities, it sends a message. And when you see Israeli and American aircraft flying in formation like this, it only means one thing. They're preparing for something. So the B-52 Stratofortress isn't just a bomber. This is a long-range strategic asset that can deliver massive amounts of firepower really anywhere in the world. There's a reason the U.S. keeps these things in the air when they want to send a warning. And the B-52 has an operational range of almost 9,000 miles, which means it can hit any target on the planet without refueling. It can carry up to 70,000 pounds of ordnance, including precision-guided bombs, cruise missiles, and if necessary, nuclear weapons. So I want to put that into perspective. A single B-52 can carry up to 20 B-83 nuclear bombs, each one capable of leveling a 2,000 square kilometer area. For context, Tehran is about 730 square kilometers. That means one bomber has enough firepower to wipe out Iran's entire capital and still have weapons left over. Now pair that with the Israeli F-35i, the most advanced stealth fighter in the world, and the F-15i, the Ram, which was specifically designed for deep strike missions, and you have yourself a coalition that can hit hard, hit fast, with absolute precision, carrying out that impeccable Israeli intelligence-based operations. So why now? Why this mission? Why this training exercise now? Here's where I'm at with that. Iran is escalating. And the U.S. and Israel are making sure Tehran understands the cost of its actions. This isn't idiots running around on college campuses wearing keffiyehs. This is real-world stuff here. Iran has been pushing its nuclear program beyond acceptable limits, enriching uranium to levels that are dangerously close to weapons grade. And they continue to arm and fund terror proxies. Even though Hamas has been completely disabled and Hamas is on its last legs, you still have the Houthis, who are ramping up attacks on Israel and U.S. assets in the region, and the Houthis are openly threatening war. So this training mission is a direct response. The message is clear. We see what you're doing, and we're prepared. So this wasn't just about showing off fancy hardware. This was a live rehearsal for combat. And if Iran crosses the red line, this is what they're going to be facing. U.S. strategic bombers flying in perfect coordination with Israel's most advanced fighter jets ready to strike. This episode of the Aaron Cohen Show is brought to you by Merkava Coffee. This is the official coffee of the Aaron Cohen Show. When I served in the IDF, coffee wasn't just coffee, it was fuel. And in the special operations world, there were nights with no sleep, missions that stretched for days, and no room for mistakes. Coffee was serious, and it kept us sharp, locked in, and ready to move. And let me tell you something, I still take it seriously. And that's why Merkava Coffee, strong, no nonsense, battle tested, no fluff, no gimmicks, just good, bold coffee for the people who need to be at their best. And if you start your day like I do, like it's a mission, you know why this matters. Hit the link down in the description and grab yourself a triple order and help keep the lights on and support the Aaron Cohen Show. Appreciate you guys. And let's not forget, this isn't just an Israel-U.S. partnership anymore. CENTCOM, or Central Command, the U.S. military's Middle East Command, is fully integrated into Israel's strategy moving forward with Iran now that Trump is president. That means this is more than a bilateral alliance. This is a joint operational task force trained and ready to go kinetic. So let me tell you what I think this is really about. And we talk about deterrence quite often, but I want to be clear. This wasn't just a flex. This is about shaping the battlefield before a fight ever begins. And when B-52s fly overhead, it forces Iran's leadership to ask themselves one question. Do you really want to push this further? And this is how wars are prevented. It's not with speeches. It's not with nonsense, BS sanctions, but making it clear that if Iran crosses the line, they're not going to survive the consequences. And this mission is about psychological warfare. We call it escalation control, and a message written in the language of firepower. And that's peace through strength. And that's the real takeaway. And the U.S. and Israel aren't waiting for Iran to make a move. Not in the nuclear world. They're already setting the terms of the engagement before the fight even begins. So, Aaron, what happens next? In my opinion, this is a warning shot. But if Iran makes the wrong move, and trust me, we'll know if they do, Israel's intelligence, nobody's better. Things can escalate fast, and here's what could come next. Expect to see more U.S. strategic assets moving into the region, more bomber flights, more aircraft carriers, more joint training exercises. Israel's already conducted targeted airstrikes against Iranian-backed assets in Syria and Lebanon. It's been going on for the last year and a half, and I believe those will continue. And if Iran keeps pushing, Israel's not going to wait for a diplomatic response. They're going to act because they don't have the luxury of not acting. And if Tehran crosses that nuclear threshold, this kind of mission won't just be a training exercise, I promise you. This will get signed off as a deliberate strike package. And Iran is playing with fire. The U.S. and Israel just reminded them exactly how hot things can get. So I want to say a little something to Iran. Ayatollah Khamenei va sepa-i pazdiran. Bekhtar ast fikr konid. Agari galat bizanid. Netajeya an ra tamaman midaid. And so the bottom line is that this mission was a message. And the message is simple. Israel and the U.S. are locked in. And if Iran keeps pushing, they're going to be dealing with coordinated firepower at a scale that I promise you they won't be able to handle. Do me a favor. If you guys appreciate this straightforward analysis that you're not going to get from the left-wing mainstream spinning media, and you want that real-world, no BS breakdown of global security, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this episode. Iran is watching. Our enemies are watching, and we need to make sure that the right people understand exactly what's at stake. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Do me a favor. If you guys are a fan of the show, hit the link down in the description and grab yourself a 3-pack of Merkava coffee, the official coffee of the Aaron Cohen Show. Every bag sold helps keep the lights on in the studio. We're completely independently produced here, and it allows me to continue to combat that garbage anti-Israel misinformation and propaganda that's out there. Hit the link in the description. Grab yourself a 3-pack. I promise you're going to love this stuff. I'm going to come back to this one as more of it opens up and develops. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm Aaron Cohen. You're watching The Aaron Cohen Show, and I'll catch you guys soon on the next one.